Hello my marvellous sausages, and here we are. It's the first weekly reset after the launch of Edge of Fate. It's the 22nd of July. Now things are all a little bit topsy-turvy because we're finding out what's new each week and what things are going to be changing. So I'm just going to go through what looks like has changed throughout for the Edge of Fate expansion, and then we'll have a look at all our normal stuff. We'll have a look at any render refreshes. We'll also have a look at the Eververse as well. There's also been a patch drop this week, so we'll take a look at the more juicy parts of that. How's that sound? Right then, off we go. So the first thing you notice when you logged in, we had a big message splash across the screen saying Suros Weapon Foundry sponsorship starts now. Suros Weapon Foundry sponsorship, Suros Foundry weapons deal overcharge damage. So that's pretty cool. So now I don't know whether that means, it should mean everything through the portal, really. So if you've got any Suros weapons, Suros regime, I'm looking at you, then they're probably worth getting out of mothballs and having a go to see how well they fare. So that's a cool little thing, quite like that. And next let's have a go through the little solo ops here to see. We're going to go through each one just to see if there's anything of interest. I'm nearly at about 80. I'm yet to hit 200 because I'm being too busy making videos. But it looks like, well, we have a little look here. We've got the Salt Mines, Conflicts, Creation, Caldera, Skywatch, and K1 Logistics. Pretty much similar to what we had last week here. So there doesn't seem to be too many rolling changes for the solo playlist. I was kind of hoping we'll see different things here, but we'll just have to see how it unfolds. Let me know in the comments if you've seen different choices to these throughout the week, because it does seem to be the same as I played all of last week. And for the Salt Mines, we've got a completion reward, grade B or higher to get the Tech Sec boots, and the same applies to the quick play playlist, and that gives you a Tech Sec hood as well. Then moving into the fire team, let's have a little look here. Now we've got our normal bonus drops for normal, and we've got advanced. I'm afraid I haven't unlocked expert or master yet. I will do very soon. It's just a bloody grind, isn't it, eh? We've got 3 bonus drops and the Tech Sec hood on the Battleground Delve. We've got the Bow, the Mercury A, and we've got 1 bonus drop there as well. Remember, these you get the bonus drops for getting B or higher. Okay, that's in the Glassway, so we've got a strike there. We got the Empire Hunt, the Dark Priestess. And you got the Bloom Slang, the Boom Slang 4FR. Nothing in Foothold, but in the Battleground Oracle, you got +2 drops there, bonus drops, and a completion reward there. For the Conduit Battleground, we've got 3 extra rewards. 3 for Liminality and 3 for Proving Grounds. Nothing for Devil's Lair. The Inverted Spire Strike, you got 3 extra rewards there. Empire Hunt, there's 3. Empire Hunt Technocrat, the Warrior and the Technocrat, rather, they're all 3. But this is interesting this week because, look, we've got Onslaught back, which is pretty cool. 3 completion rewards for that. That's your normal rewards there. And you've got a bonus drop in Widow's Court in Onslaught. That's cool. I'm glad Onslaught's there. I'm glad that's back. And then you've also got Savathun Spire there as well. Do you remember the seasonal activity from Season of the Witch? Well, that's here now too. And for completing that, you get 1 reward, but +2 bonus drops at the moment. So yeah, there's more extra to do there in the fire team playlist. Now going into the Pinnacle playlist, now nothing's changed. I was hoping to see some extra missions chucked in there. Do you know what I mean? But they're not, unfortunately. So I don't know whether that's going to be every couple of weeks or not. It would be nice to see new things chucked in. However, I must advise you to have a go of Kel's Fall here, because it's the quickest of the 4 to do, right? I think the Whisper is quicker, but I find this one easier to do, Kel's Fall. It's a lot easier. Plus, if you go to the customize, you stick that to an A, which is pretty cool, just by sticking, I don't know, let's just stick a couple of, there we are. So you've got that's a good boost there. But what's nice, these pinnacles here, look at the weapon set that you've got. I've been playing around with that, the Lionfish. It was bloody great. I was really enjoying that. We got the Priastinix 4. We've got the Mint Retrograde as a reward in there, which is the Rocket Pulse, which is what I'm really thirsting for at the moment. We've got the Theodolite. Theodolite. Outrageous Fortune. Ooh. Grenade launcher there, which is quite nice. And then we've got this lovely armor set. Look, it's the Bushido set, which looks really good. And of course, there's a set for Titans and for Hunters as well. So that's a really good thing to do to get some nice juicy stuff, and I really hope they bring in more of these exotic missions here to get some different rewards, because I think with the Star Cross, let's just have a little look at the customize there, and we're going to have a little look at the Pinnacle rewards. It should be the same pool. Yes, but there we are. I like that. That's good. Now moving into the Crucible this week, and we've got the Cutting Edge player versus player here. Now I'm not too sure what this is, so we're going to be having a go of this a little bit later on. Only new gear permitted. New gear also grants reward bonuses. Fight for victory, fight by defeat defeating opponents. So it looks quite interesting. I haven't had a go of playing it yet, but that is now released. It was due to release last Friday, but now it's today. And we still got our control there, and we've got 2 bonus drops playing control, and we've also got 2 bonus drops for playing competitive too. Oh yes, in competitive, you've got a bond as a reward. So if you're after a bond to boost your power level up, then that's the baby to do. I think I could be doing that. It's taking me ages, this. Now, going into the seasonal hub, which I think is absolutely marvellous. I do like this seasonal hub. We've got our daily challenges, so we've got the bonus focus here. Earn points by completing bonus focus activities in the portal. Collect bonus focus rewards, grants additional points. Certain operations have a bonus focus reward each day. Your first B grade score completion guarantees the reward. Future completion that day may also reward that item. Okay, so that's what the bonus focus means. You know, the extra little green engrams that you could see on there. So we've got the bonus focus again. We've got B grade, so you've got to get 2 B grades there to get that. And then we've got body counting. Final blows against guardian opponents grant more progress. Just defeat gits. But the big juicy amounts of XP come here from these weekly challenges. And they are all, most of them, or some of them at least, are tied into these daily ones. Okay, so we've got target acquired. Defeat targets with bows, scout rifles, hand cannons, sniper rifles, or linear fusions. So that's good. And then we've got 5 of these each week. Then we've got the bonus focus, which ties into the daily there. So you just got to get complete portal activities that have a bonus focus on them. Remember, that's the one with the little green icon. Next, we've got B greater, achieve performance grade B or better in portal activities. You've got to do that 7 times. And then we've got soaring achievement, successfully complete portal activities. There's a percentage on that. And then the final one is generate orbs, which is, well, it's nice easy. It benefits from the weekly challenge bonus. Oh, right, okay. Now, let's having a quick look here at this weekly rank doodah. And don't forget, you can pick up these, the armory requisitions, which allows you to get a piece of armor from Zavala. We're going to have a quick look at that in a minute. And these as well, the Arsenal credits. Now, you've earned these last week. And now, but you couldn't use them last week. You can only use them this week, because now we can get the Arsenal weapons. So we can go and pick those from Zavala. They are available to redeem this week. So these tokens that you earn are cash-inable the following week, because it's a credit, yeah? So what if you got them last week from the first week of it, you can go and spend your Arsenal credits, and the ones that you earn this week, you'll be able to spend it next week, because of course, this goes throughout the week now for the weekly rank XP doodah thing. Don't think there's anything different in here though. We got 50 of those unstable cores there. We got some seasonal bonus powerful gear, which is quite nice. And then we got a few things at the end. We've got ascendant shards, we got exotic ciphers, bright dust, and then another exotic engram. So there we go. There's our weekly rank. Now, unfortunately, I haven't unlocked any of those, but let me know in the comments if you've seen any of these change, because we've got expert conquest devil's lair, expert conquest dark priestess, master conquest is conduit, grandmaster conquest is delve, Grandmaster Conquest is a Whisper, and the Master Conquest again is Inverted Spire. And the bottom one, of course, is just the Conqueror title. And here we are at the tower. Let's go and have a quick look at Zavala and see what we've got for the weapon focusing, because we can actually spend them now. So we've got focus decoding there. So that's the legacy gear. Not interested in that at the moment. But here's the new stuff. Ooh! Now then, that's weird. So I've got... Right, now that's... Oh, I haven't earned them yet. Right, okay. But I've got Q and Nilis. Look, so these are all tier 3, look. These are tier 3 weapons you can get here from Zavala. And they're all the same machine gun. But are they different? So what's that one? That's got Binary Orbit and Hatchling. What's this one got? Oh, okay. Binary Orbit and Swashbuckler. Slice and Proximity. I think you said Poxy Power then. Right, okay. So they've got different roles, look. We've got Harmony, and we've got Hatchling, we've got Encore, and we've got Proximity Power there. Is that the one I just looked at? No, we've got Harmony, Surrounded, Slice, and Encore. And then we've also got... This is handy to know to do these each week. You see Harmony, Swashbuckler, Dynamic Sway Reduction, and Encore there as well. And you've got a choice of the 2 origin traits too. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to have a little look into these and see which one would be a nifty one to pick up. So the Vanguard Arsenal weapon this week. Now, does this change daily or weekly? I'm not too sure. But it's probably weekly, look, isn't it? So this is what it's going to be for the week. But there's nice different roles there. And it's a tier 3 weapon as well, which will be my first, which is pretty cool. And don't forget, when you do pick up the armor when you start getting it, it's well, I've got tier 2 here at the moment, but I believe this scales with you. So at the current level that you're at. Going back to remember we've got Suros overcharge damage this week. If we use it in the it must be in the portal playlist. Well, look, there's a list of all the Suros weapons here in one handy place with Banshee, because you can't sort by Foundry, unfortunately. So it's handy to have them here at a glance. There we go. I thought that might be useful for you. Now we've got week 2 of the seasonal challenges, and And let's have a little go through some of these. Now, we've got the solo datapad searcher. Find all the datapads in the solo ops activities. So we've got one for in the conflicts there. Vanguard datapad investigation part 2. Find all datapads in the fireteam ops activities. We've got proving grounds, liminality, battleground oracle, battleground foothold. Then we've got datapad discovery part 2. Now, these are going to be in Onslaught. Look, Midtown. There's 2 in Midtown. And there's 2 in Widow's Court. And finally, the Pinnacle run. There's 2 in Starcrossed this week as well. So there we go. There's our Pinnacle datapad retrieval. We had a growing power. Acquire any of this season's exotic weapons. I had that one already auto-completed, which was nice. We've got last rights, deal ability, final blows, and portal activities earn bonus progress by dealing final blows to opposing guardians. We got expedited violence, rapidly defeating targets, and portal activities earn bonus progress by dealing final blows to opposing guardians. Teacher's pet, receive a performance grade of B or higher in any crucible op. And then finally, you got Meta Master, defeat targets with autos, bows, sidearms, scouts, shotties, or swords, and earn bonus targets for defeating opposing guardians in Crucible. And of course, this last one down here gives us your biggest chunk of XP. That's 3 pluses there and 3 pluses on the bottom too, and Bright Dust here for the last 4. So there we go. There's this week's seasonal challenges. And here we are with Ada the Shader. Let's have a look at what armor set we got. Remember now, she's doing the cosmetic armor sets. So this changes weekly. That's your exotic focusing. Look, with your 20, what do you call them? Yeah, whatever they are. Your tickets, your exotic tickets. Yes. Anyway, armor. So we've got the Wild Hunt set this week. And remember, the stats are arse. Ooh, no, they're not. Look, 64. So, however, right, if we pick these up though, these are old stat dispersions. Look, 67 on those gloves there. But it's not bad, is it? Let's just pick one up and see what happens. We've got the Hunt boots there. Let's go and have a little look. What do they come in as? They came in as 167, which is very low. Well, that's a roundabout thing though, but it doesn't have... So they do have the new setup on them, but I don't think there's much else that they do, and they don't have the archetypes on them either. So they are, in essence, the older sets. But there we are. I thought that was worth having a little look at. 67 wouldn't have been bad in the older days. They're still pretty good now. Right, and moving on to the second page, let's have a look at what we've got for the shaders. We've got Envious Touch there. Now I'm wearing, look, my Bushido set. Yes, lovely. There we go. Envious Touch from Season of Arrivals. We've got New Pacific Sink. There we go. That's not too bad, is it? Is it bland? It's quite nice. Yes. And then finally, we've got Dead Orbit Resurrection, which is probably pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, no, it's got camo on it. I hate camo. Rubbish. Now, we also have had a bit of an update where they've changed a few things and repaired a few things. So let's have a quick look at some of the more interesting ones here. On Kepler, they fixed an issue where the Kepler engram focusing at higher gear tiers was listing incorrect requirements. These now correctly show Fabled and Mythic World tier quests as the requirements to unlock higher focused tier gear. In the portal, this is the one that interested me. They fixed an issue where the players would only match with players who were within 20 power. They've now expanded that to people who are up to 100 away. So that's going to be very useful for pulling people in with the higher powered players, so you can go and do some more difficult stuff in the portal. So that's pretty cool. And they've also fixed an issue where drops were dropping at a lower than intended chance. So they've increased the amount of drops, it looks like. Hopefully that'll... we'll notice that anyway. And for the raids in the dungeons, look, the Vault of Glass, they fixed an issue that blocked players from accessing the raid, so you can play that now. Matterspark, they've made a few changes, so where the camera would spin and freak out people out, they've changed that, so that doesn't happen anymore, hopefully. They've also fixed an issue where the camera rotation was too slow when using a controller, and they've reduced motion blur, field of view change, and screen shake during the Matterspark dash. Now here's the big git of the week, for me it is anyway. They fixed an issue where the third iteration was doing more damage when using with the anti-barrier scout rifle perk. So if you had the anti-barrier scout perk on, it was damaging more. But the amalgamation rounds, those are the ones where you hold and focus, and you see the crosshairs zoom in and then you shoot. That damage is unchanged. The general damage from shooting has been reduced, or at least the unintended interaction between the barrier scout perk has been removed, which is a bit of a git, but never mind, eh? Apparently with the vendors as well, you couldn't focus for a one-eyed mask, but you can do that now. They've fixed that. For the loadouts, there was an issue where extra slots were inaccessible, so they fixed that too. That's good. Destination materials can now be dismantled in a stack instead of one at a time. Nice. And this is a big one for me. They fixed an issue where the audio was dropping in and out of the PS5. That was a huge pain and it was happening all the time. I really hope that's been fixed, so I'll find out if I jump in later on. They've also fixed an issue where higher resolutions would cause mouse blocking problems on Steam, and they fixed an issue where ultra-widescreen settings would cause mouse problems on the PC. So there we go. That's all the patch notes info. Let's jump into the Eververse and see what we've got this week. Right, let's get started again. We've got the Golden Age wine shader, which is actually quite nice. Oh, it goes well in that Bushido stuff, doesn't it? Yeah, that's very nice. We like that one. That's the Golden Age wine shader there. We've got the primer. They're selling this again, look. I really recommend you pick this up. It's only 300 brightest. And look what it does. It just basically puts primer on everything. And I think it looks great, don't you? That's really, really nice. You can really see the detail in the mask there as well. I like that a lot. That's great. Oh my god, you got the Daring Hat projection. This is one of the... I think I've only ever spent silver 2 or 3 times of my own money. I've had some silver from Bungie recently. Thank you, Bungie, which was marvellous. Oh my god, I've just noticed I've got even more up there. When did that happen? I've got 5,000 silver there. How did that happen? Bloody hell. Sorry. Anyway, you know, thank you so much, Bungie, for the silver. That's mental. Well, that's brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Good lord. There we are. That was live on camera. Then I'll leave that in. Right. Okay. Anyway, when I actually bought silver so I could buy this because it's my favorite thing in the world because it's Indiana Jones hat in it and it's on top of my Only Fools and Horses 3-wheel van now. You can't ask for better, can you? Right. Okay. Moving on. We've got the rapid response ship. Let's have a little look at that. A cool little thing that looks like you can pull it back and let it go on a thick shag pile carpet. We've got the Kitsune set. Now we've got the boots this week, this looks like. So these are the boots for the Warlocks. They're nice. Well, nice glow on that, isn't it? And here's the Titan ones, the Nightly Noir Greaves. Let's look at them. They do look pretty good, though, don't they? Yes, I like them. Nice. There we go. There's those. And the Hunters are called the Eternal Vengeance Strides. And they're very good, too. Oh, I like the back of those. It's like sort of space-age spurs. Yeah, that's nice. Love the red glow, too. That's good. Then, another brilliant emote, the Disc Jockey. This is excellent. You must get this if you don't already have it. The noise is great. Listen. You probably heard that in the tower, on and off, creeping around the place. Bloody hell, look at that. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. There we are. Great. Lovely, lovely. What else do we have here? Let's pop down to the rest of the bright test. We've got the group photo. Was that last week as well? That's quite nice, isn't it? I like that. Yeah, that's good. Group photo. There we are. That's last season. Lovely. Then we've got another set of universal ornaments here for the Warlock. We've got the Cryosphere boots. Let's have a look at them. Very nice. Yeah, so we had the, I think did we have a shut it email or whatever the hell that was? That was last week. I can't remember what it was last week. But anyway, here's the next bit. Right, we've got a drill down shell here for the Ghost, which is pretty cool. Do those drills move? Look at that. Look. There's lovely. Anyway, we've got the Archangel's Might. Nice looking ship. Oh, that's lovely. Very stealthy, eh? Yes. People see those in the skies, you know. Yes, there we are. We've got the Firebreak Rescuer, which is a sort of fire. Let's look. Look, it's got little hoses on it to put fires out. Yeah, we quite like that. What's a jet like? Oh, I didn't check the jet on the Archangel's Might. Let's have a look at that. Quite nice. Yes, there we are. Good. We've got the Ostroraptor for the Hawk Moon. Good God, that's gorgeous. Oh, it's gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, I'm buying it. I'm buying that. That's great. I want to get back into using the Hawk Moon. Don't forget you can pull random rolls from collections at the moment instead of having to wait for Zer to bring a decent one along. So go and do that now if you want one. That's well worth it. Anyway, Cosmonaut Projection. Here we go. We got that there, which is quite cute. We've got a Dreaming Shimmer Transmat Effect. Lovely. Yes, great. We've got the Vex Gate Arrival here. That's lovely too. Yes, Fandabby-dozy. I can't believe I got that silver. Thank you. Reef Shimmer Transmat Effect. I quite like that as well. Right then, shaders. We've got Growing Guilt, which is a greeny goldy affair, which is quite nice. Like the Bushido top knot there. Do you know what I mean? That's pretty cool, samurai looking. Copper Brand rather, which is also very nice. Yes, that's good. We like that. That's nice. We got Golden Age Wine, which we saw. Where did we just see that? On the front there. didn't we? Yes. And then finally we've got Grayscale Undergrowth, which is quite nice too, really, I suppose. Yes, lovely. So there we go, folks. That's our first post Edge of Fate reset. I'm kind of feeling my way through it here. If there's anything that I haven't followed or covered in a weekly reset, and as we're going on, if you want to let me know what those things are, I'll introduce them into the videos, okay? Because you're all great at giving me suggestions and stuff. So yeah, if you've got anything that I think I've missed or something that you want to know that I haven't covered, just let me know and I'll pop it in next week. So that's fantastic. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. I knew he's going to shoot me. Look at that, look. I'd be very grateful, as a thumbs up and all that lark really helps the channel. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again very soon. Sausage hurt. Get off you! I hate your guts. Ag! I like this. This is the new fusion look. There we are. Lovely. Yeah, get one. It's great.